Your Qs don't get cancelled when you get stunned mid-cast, so you can utilize this to reduce the effectiveness of enemy crowd controls and to also reduce DPS loss. If you are going to dive but the target is healthy enough that your first Q won't secure the kill, what you can do is cast away your Q1 to utilize your Q2 or even your Q3's higher damage. The faster you kill the target, the lesser chances they get to retaliate. Your passive doesn't heal you for a lot when used on minions, but it does heal you more when used on minions with large HP pools, so try to prioritize the cannon minion. If you are constantly getting shoved in early, to avoid missing CS, hit your first Q or your second Q's inner area to damage the caster minions, so that when the tower attacks them, you can simply auto-attack once rather than twice. Aatrox doesn't really have special secret combos, but generally you can weave in auto-attacks and also use your E to auto-attack reset and cast items in between your Qs. Your auto-attack animations can be cancelled midway with your Q casts. It gets more reliable the more attack speed you have, and it also helps with your empowered passive, which as we all know can be cancelled for the most mundane reasons. This is also why you might see me go Berserker Boots instead of CDR when I don't need tenacity or armor. Aatrox changes his stance when an enemy champion gets into his W range. If you're playing against an Aatrox and you're trying to be sneaky by hiding in a brush or in the fog of war, try to see if Aatrox changes his stance without him being in combat. Infernal Chains doesn't poke where the target is running to, but to where Aatrox's position is at the moment of impact. This means your W is a heat missile that can be guided by flashing to reposition yourself to have better angles so that the target won't use the shorter sides of the W. This comes in handy, especially if the target is running next to a curve. There's a small time frame where you are able to dash to get closer to your target without repositioning your Q. Once you get the hang of it, it can be done reliably. Your passive increases your melee's attack range, which places you in the perfect position to land your Q2's sweet spot. And it is also just in the range of your Gold Drinker and Stride Breaker. If an enemy is in your auto attack range, you can use Q1 with dash to land the sweet spot. If they are in your personal space, i.e. standing on top of your character, use your second Q rather than the first Q with the dash to land the sweet spot. The Q indicators lie to you, and what do I mean by this? For starters, your Q1's indicator is wider at the start, but the game doesn't tell you this. And your Q2 can damage foes that are behind you. You can utilize this for a variety of purposes. However, my favorite is utilizing it against a Tryndamere. You see, Tryndamere players have been scientifically proven to have small PP energy, and this means they will hold on to their ultimate for the last second possible. You can abuse this by throwing your Q2 behind you. They will think you whiffed it, so they won't bother using their ultimate. Aatrox has a small dash, but it can be extended, which can allow him to dash over some thick walls that on first glance you might think it's unpassable. This is more of a player preference, but with the TP nerfs, people have defaulted to Ignite. And sure, Ignite does give you a lot of kill pressure. You have other choices that are solid and can perform a lot better depending on the circumstances. These are valid choices. For example, taking Exhaust versus Cannon to reduce late game pressure, or Cleanse versus other Ignite abusers, or Heal for more healing to piss off enemies. Don't just default to Ignite, be adaptable. Don't be too hesitant to use your ultimate to get towers. World Ender surprisingly has a low cooldown, so if you're chipping away at a semi-full tower and no one is near you, just pop the ulti, man. Utilize on its ED bonus so you can rotate and focus on other objectives. World Ender increases all self-healing, which includes healing potions, Triumph, Death Stance Defy, Guardian Angel, Moonstone, and the Summoner Heal, as well as many more. If you are in the middle of a fight and you have a potion up, use it. Get more value out of it, and the healing is increased if you use it while your ultimate is active. You can take advantage of your Q2 angles since they can reach further than the middle part of your Q. You can be displaced during your Q cast, which can be used to your advantage, such as using Q3 when Darius uses Apprehend on you, or casting Q2 on Mordekaiser's Death's Grasp, just to name a few. Are those 20 tips? I don't know, I have honestly lost count. Anyways, this video took forever since I'm lazy as hell, and gathering footage is pain. If you found this video informative, then do let me know down below. At least I will know this wasn't a waste of my time. If you enjoyed this, drop a like, and if you're not subbed already, then what are you waiting for?